Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good to see you. How the hell have you been, Five? Someone tell me something good. How you been rocking and rolling and crushing it? Like someone lay it on me. I want to hear some good news. I just got done speaking at the Lopo event down here in Charleston, and a great group of about 400 powerful agents in the room talking conversion. But I'm excited to talk standards today with you guys. As you can tell, I am not in my office, and I have to warn you, I am sitting the most quiet place I could find. The restroom is right there, and there's a constant movement of people behind me going back and forth, and I'm not technologically advanced enough to be able to figure out how to blur my background. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. So give me some goods, guys. What's up? What's rocking? What's rolling? Like, who's got some wins? Who's got? See, there's the person right there. Who's got some successes? Like, how you been crushing it?
These Oh, Christine, go for it. Tell it. I was going to brag on everybody else.
Yeah, Christine, let's hear
You're
it, baby.
you're unmuted. Uh, what do you call it? I signed up with Espresso Agent. Anybody ever use that?
Heard of them, never used them. Good.
Yeah, well, today was I called this lady and I asked for a husband and she said he just passed away. So I took a break after that one. It's like, can you say my condolences? But yeah, so I'm doing that, trying different strategies.
Good.
But yeah, but I'll let you know next time we have a call. Hopefully
Keep
I
me.
got some great news.
I've heard some good things about them. So I know, but you know what it all comes down to is your scripts, your dialogues, your conversation, your strategy, and your process. Period. Because you can have the best leads in the world, and if you're not following the best process and you're saying stupid shit, excuse my language, then you're not going to be able to
Right?
actually convert over where you need to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why people look at Zillow and they go, Zillow sucks, and I'm like, no, Zillow doesn't suck. You just suck on your scripts, your dialogues, and you're not following up. But we are. Here's the good news, guys, for some of you. We're not talking scripts. We're not talking dialogues. We're not going over that today. We're talking about one of the, I think, one of the most important parts of any type of real estate business, and is the breakdown of a day, right? And it took me, my goodness, literally, I landed on this probably about 3 years ago. Okay, where I used to really teach that the only part of the day that matters, right, is up until 12 o'clock. I still believe that, right? And I want you to write that down. Like the critical component of the day is from the time that you get up until 12 o'clock. And Alicia, I'll have new agents that I coach, and like in the past, obviously now I'm not coaching newer agents, but they'd come to me and they'd say, Coach, what should my schedule be? And I'd give them the schedule from the time that they wake up, which we're going to talk about here today, until about 12 o'clock. And they say, well, Candace, what do I do in the afternoon? I tell them, go to the movies. They're like, what? I'm like, go to the movies, go have fun. As long as you did what you needed to up until 12 o'clock, right? And you did your 2 to 3 hours of lead generation and prospecting, like, enjoy the time in the afternoon. They go, well, why? I go, because eventually, if you stick to the morning, the afternoon will fill itself in. Does that make total sense? If you do your job in the morning, the afternoon will absolutely, after 30 or 60 days, will be 100% filled in, and you won't have the freedom to go to the movies and do all the other shit. Now, if they're really hungry, I tell them, do more prospecting in the afternoon. Okay. Like go out, go door knock, whatever. But for a lot of them, I said this, right? So now I break the day now into 4 specific quadrants. And I want you to write this down. There is some of you have heard me say this before. There is your AMPR, which is your morning personal routine. Your morning personal routine, AM personal routine. There is your, Candace, AMBR, which is your morning business routine. Okay, let me see if you guys grab that. Then number 3, there is your PMBR, which is your like end of day business routine. I've taken you guys through this. It's the planning process, right? Who do I need to call? And if we need to go back through it again, we can. But typically it's about 15 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes where you're like, who do I need to call that I haven't called? Who do I need to email that I haven't emailed? What's my plan for the next day? And do I have it time blocked out? Right. That allows you to be much more efficient and not to have your brain going, oh my gosh, last night, Christina, it was crazy. How many of you guys have ever had one of those nights where your brains, I'm on the East Coast time right now, so it's even worse, right? But it was like 12 o'clock, and I'm like, cool, I'm about ready for bed. And I had like a couple of emails I'd forgotten to send and a couple of calls I'd forgotten to make. Has that ever happened to anybody else besides me? And I was laying in bed, right? And Sardina, I was like, go to sleep, go to sleep. They'll do it in the morning. Go to sleep. Right. And what happens is the human brain has what's called an open loop, right? And it cannot shut down because it knows that it is not complete. So that PM business routine is super critical to shut down the brain, close off the loops, be done. But we're not going to talk about that today. Last one is PMPR. PMPR. That's your evening personal routine. Okay. Now, I know this isn't rocket science, but I like simple, right? And when I break it down into these four things and these four routines, it makes it really easy. When I start working with someone to get them over the seven-figure mark, this is one of the number one things that I work with them on is the control of their day, period, right? Even before I work, Candace, with them on skills, I'm going to work with them on the control of the day. Why? Because, I give me someone that's disciplined and gritty and going to follow this, and they'll outproduce someone that's skilled any day. And if you add in the skill to this, then all of a sudden it's an accelerant. So let's talk about because today's about your morning routine. Okay. Write down this thought. Comes from Sun Tzu from his book, The Art of War. If you have not read it, I'm probably recommending it over and over again. It is a read, like it's a read book. It's not a listen book, called The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu says, every battle is won before it's fought. Every battle that you have is won before it's fought. And what I have said always is your success the next day is determined the night before. Your success the next day is determined. Your morning is determined by the actions, the activities you do the night before. So even though we're talking, what is the ideal morning schedule routine? What should I be doing? What should I not be doing? I'm going to start with the night before. And there's key things on your AMPR or your PM. So even I get confused with these PMPR. So here's the key things. Number one, write this down. And these are the decisions and the standards, because we're talking standards in terms of your business and standards in terms of your life. Number one is this. When will you officially shut off the business every night? When will you say, I am no longer taking calls and everything can wait to the next day? Is it 6 o'clock? Is it 7 o'clock? Is it 7:30? It damn well better not be after 7:30. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Now, how many of you are nervous or get a little bit concerned about, like cutting off at 7 or 7:30? Yes. Like, be honest. Why is that? Guys, honest, authentic conversations go a long way to us being able to vet things out and grow together. What's the concern?
For
If you
me,
said, yeah, Christina, please.
for me, it's I worry about if I don't take care of it right now, that's just more I have to take care of tomorrow. So that's like when you talk about loops, my loops don't ever close. And, working from the West Coast with people on the East Coast, John will tell you, others will tell you that you'll email me and it'll be 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Are you guys losing her too, or is it just me?
Because then I'm dealing with California, and I also need a turn off time in the morning, like a turn on time in the morning, because my greatest fear is if I don't attend to it now, there's just more to do tomorrow. That's why
It
I
can
can't
snowball.
vacation
Okay?
either.
Yeah, good. And which
Yep.
is not the healthiest process to be able to follow.
No, not
Okay.
at all. I will 100
Yeah. Yeah. John, what about for you, bro?
lead on
Like
that.
John,
You'll burn out
John,
very quickly.
yeah. John, I saw you with your hand up as well too, man.
I just don't get it done in the in the day. It's always
Yeah.
more to do at the end of the day, and yeah. So
Okay.
and I wake up early. So and It's just too many distractions to keep me from getting stuff done.
Yeah. So here's what I notice, guys. The reason that most people don't want to actually cut things off at a certain time is because they're operating in a lack-based mentality where they're afraid they're going to lose business, right? If I don't do this, if I don't take care of this, what's going to happen is that client's going to be upset and they could go someplace else. Okay. However, hey, Brian Frosine, did I say that right? Brian, whatever you do, don't smile today. Like that's the key thing. So, okay. Brian, you ever worked with an attorney before?
Thankfully not, no.
No, you haven't.
No.
You haven't ever worked with a doctor?
Yes, I have.
Okay. What if you called the doctor at 8 o'clock at night? Would you even be able to get a hold of him or her?
Probably not, no. No.
Probably not, right? And I want you guys to look at this, Emily. Doctors, attorneys, lawyers, financial planners, if we want to put ourselves in that realm, which I think you are, right? Then you need to have something set that says after 7:30, after 8 o'clock, I don't return calls. I have something on my voicemail that actually says, right, hey, if you're leaving this message after 8 o'clock, please expect a return phone call tomorrow morning, Christina. That way, you get it off your plate. You're not worried about them expecting anything, right? And you don't have that loop running as well too. Plus, how many of you guys have kids, family, significant other, dogs, something, right? That you could actually spend time with instead of that. See, you've got to be able to shut that down so that you're energetically in a great space for the next day. Number two on this entire thing is, and I know this may sound odd, what time you cut off eating as well too. Like what time you cut off eating, what time you turn off TV. I would recommend wearing blue, like go buy, these are blue blocking glasses so that I can put them on, right? It begins to actually get rid of all the blue light and everything else that's going on so that I can actually be chill. And then in the evening, there's three things that I do. This is part of what I call the 6x10 or the 1800, the 1800. If I've made that commitment and I go, I'm done at 7:30, I'm eating by this time because otherwise it's going to keep me up. Because watch me, guys, it's impossible to have a great morning routine if you stayed up too late, ate for shit, drank, even a little bit, in my opinion, during the week. You know what I mean? Like, because the sugar keeps you up, etc. Right? It's up to you, right? Moderation, whatever. But it's impossible to have a great morning if you screwed the pooch the night before. Does that make total sense, guys? Okay. And I can give you and you know what's crazy, Christine, is I used to say and I used to teach the most important part of the day is your morning schedule. The most important part of your day is your morning schedule until there was a night, Sunday night, and it hit me like a bag of bricks where I went, okay. I stayed up and I watched a movie called The Nun. Have any of you guys ever seen this movie, The Nun Part 2? Oh my gosh. I don't know about you guys. I love scary movies. And I was just there by myself. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking watch a scary movie. And while I'm watching the scary movie, I'd ate too late and I'm eating shit. And as I'm watching The Nun, guess what I'm doing? I'm scrolling through like my social media and everything else. Well, I go to sleep. At about 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up. First of all, I can't go to sleep because what am I thinking about? The nun. The nun's coming to get me, and all. I know this may sound stupid to you, but I want you guys to understand and see the impact that it had. I ended up waking up at 3 o'clock. My stomach hurt. I didn't sleep well. I was supposed to be at the gym with my trainer at 5 a.m. that morning. Guess what happened? I called my trainer. Sorry, I didn't get enough sleep, right? I slept a little bit long. Guess who else I called? My first two clients. Sorry, I can't do my coaching calls. I'm not feeling well this morning, right? It didn't matter what great intention I had about my morning because I screwed it up the night before. Does that make total sense, guys? Yes or no? Okay. Right. And I want you guys to recognize that. So at night, here's the three things that I do want you to do that I want you to add in. Number one, 10 to 15 minutes of meditation or prayer. Okay. Now, Emily, how do we meditate? What do we do? Right. It's really simple. Apps, the Calm app, or Headspace, or any of the other apps that are out there that, Insight Timer, INSIGXT Timer. Shauna, all of them you can go, I need 5 to 10 minutes. And you just press play. And I love that, right? I practice Catholicism and Nichiren Buddhism. I'm like a weird freaking like mix between the two. So I will chant my Ganyo, it's called, at night, portion of the time, but a lot of times I'll just use the app. So now what have I done? I've disengaged what's called my parasympathetic or my sympathetic nervous system. I'm no longer, Michael, in fight or flight. Like, because think about it, Michael T, as you go through your day, man, like you're fighting battles, are you not, guys? Like you're putting out fires, you're fighting battles. That's activating adrenaline. Like a lot of times that may happen at night. So what we're wanting to do is actually shut that down and get into what's called our parasympathetic nervous system. Meditation is one of the best ways to do that. Number two, write down, you want to write down, you want to read 10 pages in a book, actually with your eyes, not with your ears. Okay, with your eyes. I have yet to meet a high producing person that is not reading continuously. I remember, how many of you guys know the name Mike Ferry? By the way, hey, everyone look at me. July is Mike's 50th anniversary for his superstar retreat. There is a really good probability that he is going to be phasing out because he does have colon cancer right now. Many of you may not know that, but it's hopefully it's not aggressive enough for them to do chemo. They're doing radiation. That's the good news. But I don't imagine he's going to be grinding it out the way maybe he will that he has. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to be there. I'm on Nazar to be there. I want all of it. I would be there, guys. Does that make sense? I like, if you don't know who Mike Ferry is, it's an opportunity to be able to see an iconic impact, like one of the best old school individuals. Anyway, so, what was I talking about there? I don't even know, right? But there was something to do with Mike Ferry that he had said to me. So, right. So Mike Ferry was the most avid reader I've ever met in my life, right? And he said to me, he goes, Bill, he goes, average people have big TVs. He goes, the rich have big libraries. I remember him saying that. I'm like, oh shit, let's go. Right. Okay. So you want to read for 10 minutes. You read for 10 minutes, it's going to put you in a position, read on sales, read on something, whatever. And then number three, ready? Third piece to this entire puzzle is we're meditating, we're reading, and then you write down the 10 things you're grateful for the day. That's the perfect end right there. 10 things that you're grateful for the day. Now, set the time that you go to bed, turn the lights out, etc. I know this may sound so rudimentary, but it is a critical component. I used to work with a guy by the name of John Sheplak. How many of you guys recognize the name John Sheplak? John's a beast. I love him to death, friend. He, Dan Beer, and I had the opportunity to be able to launch a company called Agent Academy, right, which I'm not even sure is in existence anymore, right? I think that when I left, it dissolved. But I look at Shep, and I knew come 9 o'clock, there was no way I was going to get a hold of him, because he had his routine. He was going to bed. He was up at 3:30. Why was that? We would go out to dinner when we're on the road and leading events. And he's like, we're having dinner at 6 o'clock. I'm like, 6 o'clock? Like, why are we doing? He goes, because I need to be in bed by 8 or 8:15. It was automatic. And he was up at 3:30 and he was grinding. Okay, let me pause there. Any questions around this, guys? Any questions, comments, concerns, hallucinations? No? Does it make sense? Okay. Now we positioned ourselves well for the next morning. So, morning ritual, morning routine. Number one, okay, you're not going to like this, but I'm going to give you what I notice, what I've seen and experience of the best top producers in the world. Nobody who is committed to excellence and is a top producer in their field is getting up after 5 o'clock. That's 5 a.m., by the way. Okay. Like that's 5 a.m. That is what I see as the number is 5 a.m. They're up, right? Now, why? Why up early? Why is that? Why so early? Could you succeed at 6 a.m.? Sure. But I notice, check this out, Candace. I notice for myself, the days I'm up at 5, I've got so much more done. I have so much more control. It's bananas. The days I'm up at 6, I'm shagging balls in the outfield, right? I feel like I'm having to like, I got to grab this and now I got to do this. Why do you think like earlier is better?
You're up before the world.
I'm up before the world. That's exactly correct. 100%. Like, and the world's asleep. The world is quiet. I can get more done, right? Okay. And so I learned this from Darren Hardy. So I'll get up, right? And here's some of the hacks. Number one, you want to get your butt outside and go for a quick 10-minute walk. There's something about going outside, getting the body going. Now, I'm a little weird. I will take my shoes off, or if I'm wearing my shoes, I will take them off. I will stand on grass for about 3 or 4 minutes. I believe that I'm discharging energy like down into the world, getting myself centralized. Okay. I know it sounds a little woo woo, but there's all types of studies that have been done that actually
That's
show
great.
that. Okay. Going out, walking, especially if the sun's up. Anyone besides myself excited that the sun's coming up earlier and we're not in like winter tundra and it's like 5:30 a.m. and you're like, damn it, there it is. Yes, let's go. Right. I love it. Something about getting out walking activates vitamin D inside of your system, and there's all types of benefits to that as well too. Okay, so there's 2 energetic hacks for you. Darren Hardy taught me this, and once upon a time, Darren Hardy was one of the forefront leaders of personal growth and development. I take anywhere from, or recommend that you take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, and you have what's called a jam session. A jam session. What is a jam session? A jam session is where I'm working on, I'm looking at, I'm analyzing, I'm pushing projects forward, right? Why do we want to do that jam session first thing in the morning? I do it, guys, I do it before I even work out, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I'll get up and I'll do my jam session. I'll have my quick 10-minute walk. I'll go do my energetic discharge of my feet on the ground, right? I'll come back in and I'll do a 30-minute jam session. 30 minutes is all I need. I don't need an hour, etc. Why before anything else?
There's no disruptions and you can focus better.
Tammy, I love it. I'm so much more focused, right? I'm fresh. I don't have all that shit going on in my head yet. You know what I mean? Christine, I don't even, Alicia, look at emails. I don't look at text messages. I don't go into, that's another hack. Do not wake up immediately and go, let me see what's going on. Okay. Because you're screwed. At that point, good luck. Because now you're thinking about the email that Christina didn't send or the call that needs to be made or whatever. I'm just going to leave that over there. And it's a tough thing to do. But if you get the app called Opal that I've told you guys about, it can actually block you from getting on social media, email, or anything during that time. In fact, I think I'm blocked. Let me show you guys because I can set my times. Yeah. See, if I want to go into Instagram right now, I can't. Right? Like if now I keep my emails on, but I could set it for my emails as well too in the morning, right? So, it's called Opal, OPAL. Michael, I love this. It has cut my wasted time on social media down by 90%. Like no joke, guys. Like a 90% cut rate. If I want to get into my Instagram, if it's an emergency, a social media emergency that I got to get into, I have to wait 36 seconds. You see that? By the time that I wait 36 seconds, screw it, is it really that important? Right? Okay. So it's a nice little hack and a nice little trick. Okay. So my jam session, planning out my day, getting clarity around my projects, thinking creatively about my goals, reviewing my business plan, doing all of that, like getting my head on straight as a business owner and CEO of the organization, which you are too. Right? Write down for me a minimum of 10 minutes of your heart rate being up above 120 is the goal. 120 to 125. That puts you in a zone 2. Maybe if some of you guys are zone 3, right? That activates. Now, remember how I told you at night we wanted to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is like our delta state, our sleep state, etc. You guys remember that? In the morning, Michael, I want to activate my sympathetic nervous system, which is my fight or flight. I want to get ready to be like, it's warrior time, baby. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to like slingshot myself into the attack on this case. So I'm going to do like 10 minutes minimum of really getting my heart rate up, right? And that could be push-ups, that could be whatever. It could be a quick run, it could be a quick weights, it could be yoga, whatever it is that gets you going, because that's going to activate your brain to be in a peak state. Then number 2, I'm going to do probably like You guys have heard me do my affirmations. I'm going to do my affirmations. I'm going to call Carlos Gutierrez. I have an affirmation partner. I'm going to do my affirmations in the morning with him, right? Read through them. Then number 3, I'm going to watch something that is motivating and inspiring. There is another killer app, guys. I'm really loving this. It is called PEP, I think is the name of it. PEP. PEP. Check it out. PEP. And what PEP is, how did it go? It is there it is, pep talk. Can you guys see that? Okay. Every single day and throughout this, there's a whole bunch of quick 15-minute motivational videos. Pep talk is the actual full name of it. Mike Ferry used to talk to me about this all the time. He said, garbage in, garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. The first thing, Janelle, that I want to do, like, here's the things not to turn on. The news, right? Here's the thing that I have to really work on as well, too. There's certain people I will not talk to in the morning. How many of you guys have those people that you should not talk to in the morning because you know the minute that you do, they just shit on your entire day, right? Okay. So, right. So I'm going to keep myself insulated from certain people. I'm going to take 10 minutes and watch a pep talk, right? Okay. 10 minutes and watch a pep talk. And then, you guys ready? I'm going to take 10 minutes to study the market. I'm going to go to Housing Wire, Altos Research. You guys have heard me talk about this. Housing Wire, Altos Research, Keeping Current Matters, Mortgage News Daily. I'm going to do my 10 minutes of studying the market of what is going on, what the narrative is, what conversations do I need to have. And then I'm done. I've gotten up. I've done my energetic hoobie-joobies, right? Now, by the way, I'll give you guys a Pipes hack, right? Coach Pipes hack. I love my supplements. There's a company out there called Dr. Schultz. His website is HERBDOC. His Vitality Shot is one of the best things that you can take in the morning to avoid coffee. And so you're like, you just lost me. I love my coffee in the morning. But here's what I know. I know coffee, crash. Vitality Shot, no crash. And I want, Michael T, I want my energy solid all the way through till 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? Right? And then I can take a recharge and a reset, etc. So now I'm done with that morning portion. Here's the next piece. If I were paying you $1 million a day, okay, if I was paying you $1 million a day, and I said, I need you to show up every day at 8 o'clock, would you do it? How many of you guys would have no problem doing that? Well, I'll tell you, again, the success leaves clues. What I've noticed is the top producers, the people committed to excellence, they start their day at 8 o'clock at the office. Some of them 7:45. Okay. I remember starting as coaching. I forget who it was. I said, "What time are you?" Oh, it's Joe Malerba. I said, "What time are you getting into the office?" He goes, 10 o'clock. I'm like, in the morning? So he had these 6-figure habits, but he had 7-figure goals. Christine, we switched this for him. He is a beast on his morning schedule. Last year, he earned 1.1 and some change million. It was his first 7-figure year he points back to, and he says, this is the one. Billy Waters, another coaching client in Tahoe, was diligent on this for a year. He's at about 600K right now, right? His best year that he ever had prior to that was 349. You cannot, and check it out, didn't work with their asses at all on skills. I did obviously process systems, their marketing and shit like that. But the main thing was getting them on this. This was the game changer, guys. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. Cool. So I have got to go because I was committed to not missing this call today. I was so excited. You can tell because I'm here doing it, but I have 10 minutes to get to my gate now at this point before the plane takes off and they leave without me and I don't get to see anyone at my house. So, and the dogs would be really pissed off at you guys. So if they don't see me for one more night. So guys, thank you. I appreciate you all. I cannot wait to see you in Playa del Carmen, which is going to be amazing. Those of you that are going, I got some special stuff. and just the chance to really hang with you guys on the beach, talk, get to know you all. Those of you that are going, I'm really, really excited and truly looking forward to the time that we get to spend together. In the meantime, crush it until then. I'll see you guys next week.